everyone. Welcome to my channel. This is Heather Pickin of heatherpickin.com. If you haven't been to my website, check it out. Follow me on Instagram at Heather Pickin. Just type in Heather Pickin. There might be some other Heather Pickins out there, but I am the original. I'm the original Heather Pickin. No S. No S on the last name. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the 3 steps to accelerating your goals. I'm sure you have goals. You got goals. I know I have, and my job is to help you to get there in the surest, fastest way using cutting edge neuroscience, psychology, philosophy, and the strategies, the proven strategies that I've helped my clients for many years. I've been doing this work for over 15 years. I'm not a fly by night. I just didn't set up shop and say, hey, I'm a coach. I have specific training on human behavior and understanding all of the psychological factors that impact people from taking action, not taking action, creating those limitations of their mind. And my vision and mission is to empower millions of women on this planet. Now, if you're not a woman, I accept you and want you to join into this conversation. I just happen to gear myself more towards women. So I don't want to exclude you. I want to include you in the conversation. Okay, so I know that was a lot, but I'm very passionate about my vision and mission and purpose. And so if you could do me a favor, if you could like this video, it does something to the YouTube algorithm, subscribe also. Subscribing to this channel, I keep all of this content free. So in order to keep doing that for you, I just ask you with every video you watch is that you hit the thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, to subscribe. And I also give away stuff for free, like this book in digital form. Every month, I do a drawing, so you can win this book, digital form. Just put a comment below. Tell me what you like about this video. Tell me what your goals are. I want to know. I want to help you. I want to help you to achieve your goals. You can also go to Fearless and Fabulous Book.com and get this book right now in digital form for less than $10, actually $9.99. But it is under $10, and it's very affordable. Okay, so anyways, let's dive right into this topic. I know you're like, Heather, okay, cut it. Cut it, you said enough. Okay, so what's interesting is I've done a lot of research on goal setting, the psychology of goal setting. I have worked with women for many years, over 15 years, and showing them a proven system on how to get out of their own way, understand how to set goals, achieve them faster than they ever thought was possible. And there's a whole philosophy and practice around this. I have struggled myself, especially in the areas when it came to business and body, and I knew setting these goals that there had to be a better way. So I'm going to talk about that today because you might be struggling with it. Okay, so number one, what they've done is, when they were doing research about setting goals, what was interesting, there was a study done by Harvard, and they said 83% of Americans do not set goals. Isn't that interesting? So if you're wondering why you're not where you want to be, it's not like there's something wrong with you. It's that you're not setting goals and you're not setting the right formula, and you don't have these 3 things in place. So again, there is nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with you. You are absolutely amazing. You just don't know how to activate that part in your brain or have the right systems to support you. So one of the very first things that they talked about is that you have to set a specific goal. Now, this is the first part of the step number 1. Now, what is this? Well, what it is not. Let's talk about the mistakes. What you don't want to do is say, I just want to make enough money in your business. Now, what happens, how this relates to goal setting, when you declare, I just want to make money in my business, your subconscious mind doesn't know what's real and what's not real. What I teach my clients is how to rewire their subconscious mind. Now, part of that is having a crystal clear vision of what that goal is. what that, but it has to be specific. So it's kind of like if you went into a restaurant and said, you know, waiter, I want food, and he brings back snails. I don't know about you. I don't like escargot. I've never tried it. I guess I don't know if I don't like it, but it's just not my thing. Okay, no judgment, no snail shaming. If you like snails, it's just not my thing. But the point I'm making is that you have to get crystal clear on that goal. So if I'm placing my order to the waiter or waitress, I might say something like this: I would like a chicken breast with broccoli. Okay, that's a little bit specific, but maybe it has sauce on it. So I'm very health conscious. So anything that has sauce in a restaurant, all those calories add up. Okay. I may want to drizzle some of the sauce. That's one of my hacks that I do. When I get something, I get the sauce on the side. So that is getting a little bit more specific. Okay. So I'm ordering chicken with broccoli with the sauce on the side, right? Because I don't want those extra calories. That is definitely specific. Now, what if I was a PIA? Uh, and wanted to get the broccoli al dente, which I don't do. You know, how it comes out is how it comes out. But I could do that. I could also ask, because some restaurants, they cook broccoli with oil. Maybe maybe I don't want the oil. Maybe I have some allergic reaction. I don't. But that would be more specific, right? I could also say, you know, sometimes when you're cooking chicken, does it have the skin on? Maybe I would order it with the skin off. Right. So I know I'm kind of painting the picture. I'm literally painting you a picture of how specific that you need to be when you set your goal. I want to also, we're going to talk about personal, and we're also going to talk about business. So when I coach women in business, a lot of times what happens is relationships will come up. And so I might say, okay, let's focus on this business goal, but let's talk about personal, because that might be a high value for them. And so I will help them to paint a picture of what that life partner may look like. I actually attracted my partner, who I'm getting married to in August. You're going to be hearing me in all these videos until I actually get married. Talk about it, but I'm so excited. Never been married. But I actually created the same formula that I teach to attract my partner in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. Crazy. One of the things that I did, and I told him about this, I literally created a spreadsheet and put like my ideal partner, and I kind of listed all these things that I wanted. And it doesn't work if you don't have these other steps in place that I'm going to talk about. But in 2 weeks, I realized that I was going to attract my perfect partner. I knew that I was so powerful about focusing on this goal, this relationship goal, that it was going to happen. So be very careful for what you wish for. You'll probably get it, right? But anyways, I was very, very specific. I was also specific because in the past, I would be going out with guys that weren't in alignment with who I was. I'm very fitness oriented. I'm very business oriented. So what happened is I would start attracting guys, going out with guys that didn't share my same values. So that was a roadblock. And I realized, like, wow, I am not specific enough. I am not clear. So the clarity of your goal will determine the velocity of, you know, how fast you're going to achieve it. So getting very clear, dial it in, get real specific. Also body goal. So I had mentioned this in a couple videos that I'm working on my fitness goals, getting in better shape. And it's not like I'm overweight. I am a high achiever. I have high standards for myself. I beat myself up. I also lift myself up. When you're a high achieving woman, and everyone does this, we all beat ourselves up, but you don't want to stay there. This is key. You don't want to stay there. It's understanding how to balance those out. You don't want to puff yourself up either. Because the problem when you puff yourself up is that you'll get too laid back and you'll get quote unquote lazy and you won't take action. So that would be maybe another video that I'll save for another time. So anyways, with my fitness goal, I had set a goal. I've given myself quite, I gave myself like a short time frame, okay, but I also gave myself a longer time frame to achieve my goal. And there are different ways that you can achieve like smaller goals, longer goals, and that sort of thing. But what I was very, very specific. Can't even talk. Very specific in the goal that I want to set for body fat loss. Okay. So it wasn't about weight. Ladies, if you're focusing on scale weight, throw that scale out. It doesn't determine your success. Your scale weight is not a measurement of your worth. It's actually an outdated tool, and it's only one part of the equation. I used to do professional fitness training. I was in that field, sold products, but I can go off on a tangent on that. But what I want to talk about, what I really want to hit home, is that you have to get specific with your goal. Okay, let's talk about business. What would be a specific goal in your business? I'm going to give two examples of someone just starting out and someone seasoned. I've worked with both types of entrepreneurs. So if you've just started out in your business, and let's just say you haven't put yourself out there, well, you need a goal you need a clearly defined goal of putting yourself out there, launching your business. So what does that look like? So for example, I'm going to use one client example where she is working on a book and working on a system. That is a clear goal to launch her business, period. Okay. So she already has a time frame. Okay. That's another thing. You want to have a time frame in which you hit this goal. And you want to write that down. So I recommend that you create these specific and time frame goals, that you write them down, because that's another thing. Doing the research with setting goals is writing them down. Allows you, it actually increases the rate in which you achieve them. And I'll do another video about that. But I just want to give you the best goal acceleration method that I know that is just going to help you to get started. What if you are an entrepreneur? Let's just say this: you're already seasoned, which I've worked with people that are seasoned. You're making money in your business, but you're like, you know what, Heather? I have a goal to double my business in the next 90 days. Okay. That's a specific goal. Double your business in 90 days. What does that look like? What products are you selling? Are you selling a high-end coaching product? So 90-day time frame. Get real specific. What is the vehicle? Maybe you're doing some private coaching, group coaching, you're selling products, but you got to get specific. Okay. And then there you go. So everything else is gravy, but you got to get specific, and you got to have that timeline in place in order to get there. Okay. So let's go to number 2. The second thing that you need in order to accelerate your goals is to identify the fear. Okay. We all have specific fears. Fear never goes away, because as you evolve your business or any area of your life, you will find that there is another level and layer of fear to conquer. And what's really great is once you unpeel that first layer of fear, you become familiar with fear. You make it your friend. Hey, fear, how's it going? And you can identify with it, and you don't make yourself wrong. A lot of times what happens, especially if you're new to your business, what happens in your brain, your amygdala, which is the fight or flight response, it triggers that response in your brain to start freaking out. When you start freaking out, guess what? You're not going to take the action. So what you want to do is you want to identify your specific fears, your blocks, your bad habits, like all the things that you know are sabotaging your success. Now, my work with my clients is I focus on this. This is, if you get anything out of this video, realize everything that you do is mental. We literally live in a mental world. And what I mean by that is, if you work from the inside out when it comes to accelerating your goals, you will achieve the goals faster. However, most people, you know what, is they're looking for the tangible stuff. They're focusing on the outside and they're not focusing within. And they're wondering why they can't achieve their goals. There was a case years ago, and you've probably heard the story, Roger Bannister, where he broke the 4-minute mile. Doctors said it was physically impossible. He started training for it physically, trying to push himself, and it never worked. It didn't work. Like nothing worked physically until he started to break through his own mental barriers. As soon as he broke through that 4-minute mile, it was around like 20 or 30 days later that more people around the world were also following the path. So isn't it interesting that our beliefs hold us back? Our fears hold us back. We're always going to have fears. It's just learning how to dissolve those fears, identifying what those fears are, those barriers, like what are your bad habits. You want to transform how you see yourself. Your perception creates your outer world. So how you see yourself right now, like how you're identifying yourself with this goal. Like for example, if you have a business goal and you say, I want to raise my prices. My goal in the next 90 days is to raise my prices. I want to double my prices. I could tell you by looking at your business, this is how much I think you should charge. And if you don't change that inner dialogue, if you don't change your self-perception, what happens is you're not going to hit that goal. So this is why you have to become one with your goal. You have to change your perception. You have to reprogram your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind doesn't know what's real or what's not real. 95% of your beliefs, your habits and behaviors are derived from your subconscious mind. That's why I work with the subconscious mind. I show you how to reprogram it so that you can accelerate the rate in which you achieve your goal. So surface up your fears. Also identify, who do I need to become in order to achieve this goal? If I want to double my rates, how does a coach or consultant act, and what do they believe in order to receive that money? I have a whole methodology that I teach that I'm launching a course about, and you can get yourself on the wait list. I'm not going to go into detail right now. Go over to heatherpicken.com, sign up for my free training, and you'll get notified. But anyways, you want to become one with a goal. You want to surface up those beliefs, those blocks that are holding you back. Okay, now let's talk about the last step that will help you to accelerate your goals. And they've actually done research on this. They said 76% of people that have goals that get a mentor, someone holding them accountable, their likelihood goes up by 67%. I mean, isn't that crazy? So, wouldn't you want to invest in a coach or a program that could hold you accountable? A lot of people don't understand the magnitude of getting into a program or having a mentor to help them. I can tell you firsthand, I have spent thousands of dollars on coaches and mentors, and they made a difference. They made a difference in my income. They made a difference in getting out of my own way. I know when I started, I was all in my head. So that's something you want to think about. Right now, I have a fitness coach. Even though this is my background, I used to train people. I used to compete. I used to win competitions. But I have accountability every single week. That's another thing I made in a different video about the accountability. So the rate in which you achieve your goals, any goal that you want, body goal, money goal, business goal, relationship goal, if you have that accountability every week, that success rate goes up. So it's proven, it's tested. And I will tell you, I consistently have lost body fat and stayed on my goals by that accountability. So every week, here's what's going on in your head. If you're in my world, like, oh yeah, Heather's going to be checking on me. So I am going to make sure that I do X, Y, and Z, right? And that's how it works. So it's a psychological hack that will help you to stay focused and accelerate your goals. So, oh my gosh, I said so much today. I hope this video inspires you. You know, what I want you to do with not just this video, but every video, is I want you to walk away to realize that you're here to do amazing things. Like, you can achieve anything that your mind conceives, but all too often we have these limitations that we put on ourselves. Those limitations, you know where they come from? They come from our upbringing. And I know that because I have worked with so many women, so many amazing women, women that have master's degrees, PhDs, certifications, you know, hours of training. They're so passionate and they're so amazing at what they do, but yet their confidence level is not up there. And so you absolutely must master that inner game. And maybe you don't have all the certifications or whatever, maybe you're just starting out. That doesn't matter either. What matters is that you're clear on this goal and that you are on a mission, that you have a vision for your life, and that you also have a strategy. So I don't want you to give up on yourself. I know for many times, or actually many times I can recall in my life, I would question myself, not just in my business, but I would question myself. I'm like, you know, am I really on the right path? Like, just really in my head. And what really helped me is just understanding that I get in my own way, right? And so there's nothing wrong with me. I had to learn there's nothing wrong with me. It was the program, the subconscious program that was stopping me from achieving my goals. Once I understood that it was a program, I could literally hack my brain. Then I started seeing those changes on an outer level. Nothing was changing. The thousands and thousands of dollars I spent on marketing did not help until I changed my internal thermostat. And I really want you to get that today. So I know I've went on enough today, but I'm really passionate. You know, if you're watching this goal or watching this video, it means something to you because you're searching for answers. It tells me that you do want to achieve more in your business, in your life. And I believe, you know, everyone attracts me for a reason. So I hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Until next time, live fearlessly.